Hello class. Today I'll do experiment on PN junction diode. Aim of the experiment. To acquaint with PN junction diode. Apparatus required. Master unit, panel P3, voltmeter, ammeter, 30 volt supply, PN junction diode, connecting leads. Introduction. When an internal voltage V is applied across a semiconductor diode such that P side is connected to positive side and N side of the terminal is connected to battery. It is said to be forward bias. When the applied voltage is small, the barrier voltage will be reduced slightly below the equilibrium value, so this current will be small. When the voltage is increased, the applied potential overcomes the barrier voltage and current flows. The magnitude of current is in milliampere. When an external voltage is applied across the diode such that N side is positive and P side is negative, then it is said to be reverse biased. The direction of applied voltage drop across the depletion region. The direction of applied voltage drops enormously compared to diode under forward bias. Drift current in order to free electron flow. Due to magnetic charge carriers, when the voltage reaches the breakdown voltage, the current increases due to leakage of covalent bond. The ammeter reading should be 20 milliampere to 200 milliampere and the voltmeter reading should be from 2 volt to 200 volt. Procedure. Forward bias. Draw the circuit diagram on paper. Identify the silicon diode IN4007 on the panel number P3 and make the connections. Diode has two terminals, namely anode and cathode. When anode is positive with respect to cathode, then the configuration is forward bias. Adjust the potential meter P1 to minimum resistance position. Keep the voltage control knob of power supply to minimum position. Now switch on the power supply, read the voltmeter and ammeter carefully. Voltmeter read anode to cathode voltage VA while ammeter reads anode to cathode current IA. Vary the voltage from power supply gradually and record the corresponding current IA from the ammeter. It is cautioned not to increase the voltage when the current reaches 2 milliampere. Reverse bias. After the connection of forward bias setup, expect to reverse bias polarity of power supply. Connection to be module implies anode connected to negative and cathode is connected to positive of this power supply. Set the voltage control knob of power supply to minimum position and switch on the power supply. Adjust the voltage as in table and read V and note down the corresponding readings in ammeter. Important terms. In forward bias, the current first increases very slowly till the voltage across the diode reaches the certain value and increases significantly. The voltage is called threshold voltage. In reverse bias, the current is very small, almost remain constant. At a very high reverse bias voltage, the current suddenly increases. Observation table. When diode is forward bias, you have to note down current in milliampere, voltage in volt V. When diode is reverse bias, current microampere, voltage in V. Diagram. Forward biasing. So positive supply is connected to diode in series with ammeter and 1K resistance and 100K variable resistance. Voltmeter is connected across PN junction diode. So P side is connected to positive of the voltage voltmeter and N side is connected to negative of the voltmeter. So this configuration you can see P side is connected to positive of the supply and N side is connected to negative of the supply. This way you can say it is forward biasing. In reverse biasing, you have taken 0 to 15 volts power supply or 0 to 30 volt power supply and negative is connected to P side and positive is connected to N side. Voltmeter is connected across P and N, and you have to also connected ammeter with in series 1K resistance and 100K pot, so that you can vary the voltage, and this voltage also can vary from this power supply. So this way you can say it's reverse biasing. How? So P side is connected to negative and N side is connected to positive. So this way you can say it is reverse biasing. So you have to write down the conclusion after doing the experiment. We'll construct the circuit for forward biasing PN junction diode. So you can see the circuit. The positive of the supply is connected in series with 100K part with fixed resistance 1K, and another part of this resistance is connected to ammeter in series. So another part of the ammeter is connected to P side of the silicon diode, and N side of silicon diode is connected to ground or negative of the supply. So we start construct the circuit. So positive is connected to positive of the supply. So it is written 15 volt external power supply. So that's why you are giving positive to positive and negative will be connected to negative. So that it will be input. We are giving input 15 volt supply. So after this, this 100K and 1K is connected in series. Another end of the 1K resistance is connected in series with ammeter. So we will connect the ammeter like this way. Positive is go to positive and negative will come to the negative side. So we will reach here. From this point, it will connect to the P side of the silicon diode. So N side is connected to negative of the supply. So now we will connect the voltmeter. So this is positive side, so we will connect positive to positive, and this is your negative side. Connect the negative to negative. So this way we finish our circuit diagram as per the circuit. Now we will switch on the power supply. Gradually increase the voltage and will both voltage and current reading will take down. So you can see 0.1 volt and this current is 0. So in point 2 also current is 0. Point 3 also current is 0 because its barrier voltage is there. So once you reach the barrier voltage or you have to overcome the barrier voltage, after that current will start flowing. So in point 4 also current is 0. So you can say this is 1.8 milliampere. So 0.10, 0.2 also 0, 0.3 also 0, 0.4 it is 0.5 milliampere. In 0.5, so in 0.5 also it is 0.30 milliampere. Otherwise we will put a multimeter so that we will get the better reading. So in point 4, so current is 0.1 or 0.2 milliampere. Point 5, point 2, 0.24 milliampere. So point 6, it is 1.78 or 1.6 milliampere. So here across the barrier voltage, so we can see the current is flowing rapidly. So in point 6 also current is 3.48. Point 7, 8.4 8.4 milliampere. So we can see voltage is fixed and current start flowing very rapidly. So in point 6 also the current is 9.37. So if you increase more than that also, point 7 it is 10.4, 10.5. Then in point 7, point 8 it is beyond 20 milliampere. So exactly it is flowing. It is flowing 21.8 milliampere. So you can plot the graph. So in between 0 to zero point 0.5 current is very less. Once it is cross the barrier voltage, the current starts flowing very rapidly. So this way you can say it is forward bias. In reverse biasing, only the polarity you have to change it. So this only this polarity you have to change it, so that and all the things will remain same. So you have to switch it up and you have to changing the polarity and again you are switching on. So you can see once you increase the voltage, it will show both will be minus. So in point 4 also point 4, 0.5, 0.8, and you can see current is 0. So, where the multimeter is 2 milliampere, again it is 0.43 means it you can say it is micro, 4 micro. So 0.0 volt, both are 0. So in point so you can see in point 8, so reading is 0.5, 0.5 milli. So this way current is very less, and because it is reverse biasing, and it is in 2.0, current is 1.1 milliampere. Minus 3 volt, current is 1.7 milliampere. In 8 volt also, so current is 0.01 milliampere. So in 12 volt minus 0.01, so it's reverse biasing. So you can see current voltage is rapidly increases, but current is still less, or you can say it's negligible, because current in reverse biasing current flowing due to magnetic carrier only, and forward biasing current flows due to magnetic carrier. So this is the difference. You can see this in minus 17 volt current is current is 0.01 milliampere. If you interchange in this position, you can see voltage is zero point 0.5 and current is 0. uh, 0.2 0.26. So this way voltage is less and current is more. But if it is reverse bias, so voltage will be less and voltage will be more and current will be less. So you can see voltage is minus 17 volt and current is 0.01 milliampere. But it is in reverse biasing. In forward biasing, you can see in forward biasing, it is voltage is only 0.5 volt and current is 0.26 milliampere. So this way you can observe. So you can see in forward biasing only 0.7 volt and the current is 12 milliampere. It is in forward biasing. If it is reverse biasing, you can see. So it is beyond 20 volt. It's beyond 20 volt. It's more than 20 volt and current is only 0.03 milliampere. So this way the you can justify when forward biasing the voltage is less and current is more after barrier voltage. When it is reverse biasing, all the voltage is blocked due to its reverse biasing. Only small amount of current in microampere current will flow, that is due to magnetic area. So in forward biasing, current due to magnetic area, and in reverse biasing, current due to magnetic area. So this way you can achieve or you can justify why when forward biasing how much current will flow and in reverse biasing very less current. So if it is forward biasing means 0.7, you can see it is 20 milliampere in forward biasing. If it is reverse biasing, so it is beyond, you can say, more than 20 volt and current is still 0.03 or 0.02 milliampere. See, in reverse biasing, it's minus 19 volt and current is 0.001 milliampere. So if it is forward bias, you can see. So only it is 0.6 volt and current is nearly 2 milliampere. So this way you can justify when forward biasing means voltage is less, current will be more after barrier voltage, and reverse biasing all the voltage is blocked due to reverse biasing. So this way we can justify or we can plot the graph. Thank you for watching the video.